All right, today we are going to tie a miracle nymph. And if you like fishing these small midge nymphs, let us know in the comments. Do you like the standard curve shank, like the Salmon Fly Fishing in 203, or more the straight eye, like the TMC 2488? Just know which hook you like using. This is the Allen Fly Fishing in 203, and we're going to get started with some UTC 70 in white. So just get this thread started here. This is going to be a kind of a midge pattern, like a lot of them. It's got a thread body. I like using the UTC 70 because it's pretty easy to lay down really flat. So then some small copper wire for our ribbing. Oops. Even right here, we want to just keep this thread nice and flat and go into the hook bend slightly, kind of however much you want. I don't like going too far into the bend. Still kind of like to keep them looking fairly small. Keep wrap. I'm going to go down one more time and back, and I think I'll have covered this wire up nicely, but not built up too thick of a body. Don't want to keep these. I like keeping these fairly thin. A slight taper on it, but I don't like to get one that's too crazy. Now I'm just going to open spiral this copper wire forward. You can probably start seeing that with this pattern, there's room for a million variations to it. Change the color of the body, change the color of the wire, and you have completely different flies that may work better to match the naturals in your area. You can just experiment, try them out, and go from there. So now I got that tied in well. I can just helicopter this out. Small wire helicopters really well. Just make sure I have that secured. And I've always just done like a 2-turn whip finish. You could probably do a half hitch if you wanted, or just tie over this thread. But you trim this out and attach. This is some Veevus 10-aught in black. This is what the head of this fly is. Some black thread. I like to go to just about like that, right in front of that hook point. And that's about what I like for the head of this fly. To where it's there, but it's not just crazy out of proportion. So this 10-aught, you can spin it flatten it out a little bit. Once I got kind of what I want for the head, I like to do that. Get maybe a layer of flat thread there. So I went right over the hook guy and came undone. Oh well. Let's do it again. Flatten this out a bit. Now we can just whip finish this. And then you could fish this just like this. But I do like hitting it with a little bit of Solar as bone dry. But get that brush in that bone dry, get it brushed off as best you can so there's very little UV resin on it. Don't want to be putting a whole bunch of resin on this fly and building up a bunch of bulk. Just want a little coating, kind of soaks in to the thread, locks down that wire. And if you get a little bit that goes in that hook eye, see if I did, you probably have a hackle feather hanging around somewhere. Strip off a bunch of that stem where you can get that through there, and then you just pull that feather right through that hook eye, and you now don't have any UV resin in your way. Cure that resin up. And this miracle nymph is ready to fish. So if you like fishing these small midge patterns, let us know what your favorite hook is. Is it that TMC 2488, or is it the kind of that standard curve shank hook like this in 203 from Allen Fly Fishing? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.